चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. So yesterday we read till here. Any devotee who renders such devotional service, that is devotional service with attachment, dedicates his life and body for the purpose of the Lord. King Bharat, after whom India is called Bharat Varsha. So Bharat Varsha is named after Bharat Maharaj. We had discussed the pastime of Bharat Maharaj a couple of weeks back. So King Bharat was also a pure devotee, and at an early age he left his household life, his beautiful devoted wife, his sons, friends, and kingdom, just as if they were stool. This is typical of a person who has developed bhav in the course of his devotional service. Such a devotee always thinks of himself as the most wretched, and his only satisfaction is in thinking that some day or other Krishna will be kind enough to favor him by engaging him in devotional service. So, we discussed the pastime of Bharat Maharaj, how he left his home, his sons, his friends, his kingdom, everything. And he went into the forest in a secluded place because he just wanted to do his bhajan. But due to lack of association, what happens is that when a devotee, a pure devotee, is very compassionate, and when somebody is very compassionate, has lot of compassion for others, there is also a danger that out of excessive compassion, if there is too much emotional attachment towards something, then that can become detrimental to the very quality itself, to the very purpose itself, detrimental to devotional service. Too much compassion towards opposite gender can lead to illicit relationships also. Similarly, too much attachment due to Bharat Maharaj's excessive compassion for the deer led him to his fall down from the platform of devotional service. He left his devotional service because all the time he was simply worried about the deer. What will the deer eat? What will happen to the deer? Because the little baby deer just at birth lost its mother. So Bharat Maharaj became overly compassionate and uh, put all his emotions into it. Therefore, devotional service, the platform of devotional service was lost. And because there was no association of the devotees, there was no one to tell Bharat Maharaj that, what are you doing, Maharaj? You have left your devotional service. If somebody had told him, then he would again come back. But because there was no one, so therefore, the association of devotees is very important. Sometimes we do not like the devotees telling us that you did this mistake, or why did you do it like this. Actually, we should understand that that is a big blessing. Devotees, if they are complaining about something, if they are finding fault in us about something, if they are telling us that we are not doing something properly, we should take this as um, as a direct mercy of Krishna, because devotees are Vishnu Jan, and when they are saying that there is something wrong, that means Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, wants us to correct that, wants us to get better in that aspect, because Krishna wants us back as soon as possible. But if we take the same thing as, okay, why is this person looking at my faults? I am doing so much, but still they are seeing only my faults. They cannot see anything good in me. There is no appreciation. There is only fault finding. And if we take it in the other sense, then that means our we are lacking in humility. Definitely, this is one point. We are lacking in humility, and we are unable to see the mercy of Lord Krishna here. We are unable to be grateful that at least somebody is pointing out at our fault. The rest of the world will not point out our faults in front of us. They will do so behind our back. And in front of us, they will tell us, "Oh, you are so wonderful, such an amazing devotee." What happens? They put pride in us. And because of that pride, there is surely going to be downfall. But well wishers are those who will point out the fault in front of us. We may not like it because of our own pride and ego. But if we let go of that pride, ego, if we shove that aside, and if we see the mercy of Lord coming through the devotees, through the dear devotees of the Lord, then we will be able to step up the ladder in devotional service. So, such a devotee always thinks of himself as the most wretched, and his only satisfaction is in thinking that someday or other Krishna will be kind enough to favor him by engaging him in devotional service. Now, in this example, we see that Bharat Maharaj left everything, everyone. But Srila Prabhupada said this, that in Kali Yuga, we should not imitate such great devotees. In Kali Yuga, it is not possible to do this. And therefore, we should not imitate, definitely not imitate. If the wife is supportive, if the wife is favorable, if the wife is supportive in Krishna consciousness, or if the husband is supportive and favorable and helping the wife to progress in Krishna consciousness, if the then there is no need to leave such a wife. Both the husband and the wife together can progress in the path of devotional service under guidance, and very nicely together serve the spiritual master and serve the Supreme Lord in devotional service. So this is for the Kali Yuga. In the Padma Puran, another instance of pure devotion is found. There it is recorded that King Bhagirath, although the most elevated of human beings, was begging from door to door and was even praying to the Chandals, the lowest members of human society. Chandals means those who are dog eaters, those who eat dog meat. So they are called Chandals, and those who eat dog meat are considered the lowest members of human society. So even now in Kali Yuga, we know that there are many uh, countries where dog meat is eaten. So we understand that they are all Chandals. They are all. Sri Sanatan Goswami later composed this verse. न प्रेमा श्रवणादि भक्तिर अपि वा योगोऽथवा वैष्णवो ज्ञानं वा शुभकर्म वा कियद् अहो सज्जातिरप्यस्ति वा हिनार्थाधिकसाधके त्वयि तथाप्यच्छेद्यमूलसाति हे गोपी जनवल्लभ व्यथयते हा हा मद आशवै माम्. I am poor in love of Godhead. This is a verse composed by Srila Sanatan Goswami. I am poor in love of Godhead, and I have no qualification for hearing about devotional service, nor do I have any understanding of the science of devotional service, nor any cultivation of knowledge, nor any righteous activities to my credit, nor am I born in a high family. Nonetheless, O darling of the damsels of Raja, I still maintain a hope of achieving you, and this hope is always disturbing me. A devotee who is touched deeply by such a strong desire always chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Srila Sanatan Goswami has composed this verse. Firstly, Srila Sanatan Goswami belongs to a high class Brahminical family. Srila Sanatan Goswami is very, very much attached to Mahaprabhu. And Srila Sanatan Goswami is our Acharya. He is the Guru and the elder brother of Sri Rupa Goswami. And in this parampara, we are called Rupanugas, the followers of Sri Rupa Goswami, and his Guru is Srila Sanatan Goswami. And of course, in the spiritual world, they are both the most intimate assistants, maid servants of Srimati Radharani, the highest platform that is there. And that Srila Sanatan Goswami is saying that I am poor in love of Godhead. We don't even think about this. I have no qualification for hearing about devotional service, nor do I have any understanding of the science of devotional service, nor any cultivation of knowledge, no righteous activities to my credit. That means he's saying I have no sukriti, nor am I born in a high family. Nonetheless, what is his only hope? O darling of the damsels of Vraja. Damsels of Vraja are the Vraja gopis. And who is the darling of the Vraja gopis? Krishna. O darling of the damsels of Vraja. To whom is Srila Sanatan Goswami praying this? To Sri Mahaprabhu. O darling of the damsels of Vraja, I still maintain a hope of achieving you, of achieving Krishna. And this hope is always disturbing me. So beautiful. In this regard, the following verse by Bilvamangal Thakur appears in the Krishna Karnamrit. त्वच्चैषवं त्रिभुवाद् भूतमित्यवेहि मच्चापलं च तव वा मम वाधिगम्यम् तत्किं करोमि विरलं मुरलीविलासी मुग्धं मुखाम्बुजमुदीक्षितुमीक्षणाभ्याम् त्वच्चैषवं त्रिभुवनाद्भुतमित्यवेहि मच्चापलं च तव वा मम वाधिगम्यम् तत्किं करोमि विरलं मुरलीविलासी मुग्धं मुखाम्बुजमुदीक्षितुमीक्षणाभ्यम्. O Krishna, O flute player, the beauty of your boyhood activities is very wonderful in this world. You know the agitation of my mind, and I know what you are. No one knows how confidential our relationship is. Although my eyes are anxious to see your face, I cannot see you. Please let me know what to do. So, Srila Bilvamangal Thakur, there's again another beautiful pastime. Srila Bilvamangal Thakur is one of our acharyas, and Srila Bilvamangal Thakur, we'll discuss this pastime maybe next session. So Srila Bilvamangal Thakur, he becomes blind. There's a pastime behind this, and he just wants to be absorbed in the pastimes of the Lord, in remembering the Lord. And in that condition, Bilvamangal Thakur is relishing the relationship. See, he is writing here that no one knows how confidential our relationship is. Relationship between Krishna and Bilvamangal Thakur. And he's telling Krishna that you know the agitation of my mind, and I know what you are. Although my eyes are anxious to see your face, I cannot see you. So please tell me what to do now. A similar passage appears in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.38, in which Srila Rupa Goswami states, Rodana Bindu Maranda Sandhi Drik Indi Varyadya Govinda Sorry, please excuse me because I don't know the tune for this meter. रोदन बिंदु मरंद स्यंदी दृक इंदि वराद्य गोविंद तव मधुर स्वर कंठी गायति नामावलिम बाला. Oh Govind, this young girl with tears in her eyes is crying in a sweet voice chanting your glories. So this is Srila Rupa Goswami is writing this. Rodana Bindu Maranda Syandi. Oh Govind, this young girl. So Srila Rupa Goswami is is in his original form as Sri Rupa Manjari. This young girl with tears in her eyes is crying in a sweet voice, chanting your glories. So while remembering the glories, the pastimes of the Lord, there are pranay ashru, tears of ecstasy, tears of love, tears of prem rolling out, profusely rolling out from the eyes of Sri Rupa Goswami. Such pure devotees are always anxious to describe the glories of Krishna and to live in a place where Lord Krishna exhibited his pastimes. A similar verse appears again in the Krishna Karnamrit. So, this chapter is about devotional service in attachment. Therefore, Mahaprabhu and our Srila Prabhupada is giving us these various points where the pure devotees, what is devotional service in attachment, what is the mood of the pure devotees, how the pure devotees pray, what is the absorption that they have inside them. Externally they are not showing anybody that they are lamenting for Krishna or they are in viraha bhav for Krishna. Externally there is no show. Externally they are doing their regulative principles, they are following their rules, they are doing their duties, everything. But internal absorption is this. So therefore we are reading all these things. Similar verse appears again in the Krishna Karnamrit by Bilvamangal Thakur, 92. The body of Krishna is so nice and his face is so beautiful. Everything about him is simply sweet and fragrant. And in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu 1.2.156, again Srila Rupa Goswami is saying, O lotus-eyed one, when will I be able to chant your holy name? And being inspired by that chanting, when will I be able to dance on the banks of the Yamuna? Did we read something similar in the bhajan that we did a few days back by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Pagolini pray on the banks of river Yamuna, when I go to take water, when I go to fill water, I want to chant your glories, O Radhe, just like a crazy, a mad girl. I want to run and I want to just chant and loudly sing your glories. Similar thing in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami is also saying the same thing. He is asking, when will I be able to chant your holy name? Always chant your holy name, O lotus-eyed one. And in being inspired by that chanting, after being ecstatic by such kind of chanting, when will I be able to dance on the banks of the Yamuna? Actually, this should be our prayer. What a beautiful prayer. In this way, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described to Sri Sanatan Goswami the symptoms of the bhava stage of devotional service. Then next comes that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes the symptoms of actual love for Krishna, Krishna Prem. Right till now, we are seeing the symptoms of bhav, the bhav stage of devotional service. This is the bhav stage of devotional service. Now we'll come to the point what the symptoms of actual love for Krishna, Krishna Prem. What are the symptoms of such devotees? So Krishna willing, we'll continue reading tomorrow. Thank you very much. Your kind association. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रील जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
हरी
बोल.
हरी बोल
श्यामा
जय
पूर्ण माता जी की जय.
All
हरी
glories to
बोल.
Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.